Hey everyone, it's 29th of March. The time right now is 9:47 p.m. and the temperature is 26 degrees. It's the first evening when we can have live music. You can hear that behind me hopefully or on the tape. And we're in Boat Quay. Basically the restaurants in Boat Quay are on the other side there. It's a lovely evening. And as you can see from the video, if you didn't catch the previous one, we can now be outdoors without masks in Singapore. People are still wearing them a lot, so I haven't really seen a lot of people without their masks when they're walking around. That's partly probably because we still have to use them on public transport, inside shopping centers, even when you leave your house sometimes, depending on where you live and what kind of environment it is. So most people are still sticking to the masks. What we're going to do for this video is basically walk through Boat Quay on the other side there and have a look at the nightlife as we're getting close to the time when the bars and restaurants would usually have to close, which is not the case today, so we're not anymore kind of bound by those rules to for places to close at 10:30 p.m. And that's the first evening when the bars and restaurants are free to stay open longer. So that's the idea today, to walk through Boat Quay first and maybe Circular Road. We can go to Clarke Quay and we'll see where we end up for the sort of final few minutes before the countdown to when the bars and restaurants can stay open, which is a little bit different from what usually happens on countdown videos, I guess. It's quite a nice atmosphere and vibe today around town. Singapore, of course, is a lovely city, and I think the laughter and happiness and I guess some kind of relief that a lot of people are feeling, it's just going to add to everything we've got going over here. And I think it is busy for a Tuesday evening. People are there to experience kind of a historic moment, I guess. No, historic moment in the sense that it's only been a couple of years that we've been through this, but we've certainly all felt it, and we've had to go through significant things to get through it. So it's not a small thing, and as we get to the end of this pandemic, little by little, and I'm not saying that it's over by the fact that now some of the rules are, or most of the rules are being eased, but certainly I know a lot of people on the video comments have been saying as well that now we get back to normal, life returns, all of that. And I do hope that we catch a little bit of that feeling that people are having at the moment of the city kind of getting back to normal and life returning. It's of course a really pretty view and people are taking photos. Definitely one of my favorite views in this city as well. Perfect photo opportunity there. And I think we're going to see a little bit busier and livelier Boat Quay tonight than you would expect on a Tuesday. And it's just because finally it's kind of open the normal way. So let's go and have a look. I'll see if we have time to come back here for the moments before the first evening keeps going, basically. So tonight is not going to be a countdown to when things end. It's going to be a countdown to when things keep going, strangely. And of course you can also have larger groups now. So a lot of work groups have been able to go out for the first time for a long time. There's certainly a lot of happy laughter around and kind of sounds livelier than your usual Tuesday evening. guess many of the food restaurants will have mostly wrapped up by now. And people are kind of waiting, I guess, for the things to get to the point when it would usually wrap up. There are quite a few bigger tables out as well. I think people have made a little bit of an event out of it as well, which is very nice. I think Friday, Saturday of this week will be even bigger, but it's still nice to see. Nice to see that people are embracing the newfound freedoms as well. Or maybe just a return to them. Some of the places here are completely different from when I've been really paying attention as well. There's a cat cafe up there. And it's also nice that it isn't kind of too wild, because of course we're still in it, and the best will be if it's welcomed, but also a measured response, I guess. Some of the places around here, they have been closed. You haven't really seen them open. And little by little, the past couple of months, we've seen them open up again, and now I think they will be staying more open as well. Like this place here, these streets haven't been so full.
Hello, 2%.
Just trying to walk around the people trying to get the last diners in. But I was sitting on the other side with the live music, listening to that. I was so hoping that I would hear some tonight, and I did. It's a really lovely couple singing quite well, I'd say. It's just nice to have live music again. Oh, feels like that's really been missing. And I was watching Boat Quay, hearing the people laugh and the lively chatter. It's a really nice thing to have again. So I'll go over to a circular road, have a look how that is, and then I think I'll make my way towards Clarke Quay. So you can see some of the victims of the pandemic in terms of businesses here in the corner. And that's going to have a little bit of an effect on how things recover as well. Of course, not all businesses are just up and running just like that. But the Molly Malone's Irish pub is doing well. Maybe sort of people are still St. Patrick's Day mood. It's certainly sort of a livelier and noisier scene than it's been, and that's good. That's how I like this area to be, I think. This is the other side of the street leaving to Boat Quay. Yeah, definitely. I'm walking into a plant. Definitely these places look a lot more like life is coming back. And I do hope that as we go a little bit along, there will be more live music and all of that as well coming back. Of course, it's now the first day that things are opening up. And in addition to that, I don't think there was a lot of notice for people to kind of get live music or that sort of thing going. Just try to go through here. No, that's not a good idea. I will have to go on the side here. But definitely more of a party feel than there's been in a long time. Not that I've been here every evening, but once in a while. And I think for a Tuesday evening, it has a definite weekend vibe. More people around. I don't really want to go to the side streets when people are on this side, so I think we'll just keep walking on the side of the street. But some places I think closed. And I'm sure we'll see replacements for them once things go on from here for a bit. There's that loud music here. I really like this cat. I think this place is putting on a disco of their own on the street. But we'll cross and then make our way towards Clarke Quay. I think there's there's about half an hour to make our way there and see if we make it back or people are waiting for taxis on the road side there. Just because it's opening up now doesn't mean that people want to stay forever, all of them, so understandable. I think we'll take the underpass here from Boat Quay and then make it to the bridge to make up. Well, maybe we actually go over the bridge here and then continue on to Clarke Quay, which is right there, not too long from here. And then I can cross there and we'll return to these views. It is really pretty here. Clarke Quay probably is one of the areas that has suffered most of the rules that have been in place just because it used to be a nightlife center, clubs, places that were open longer, and live music as well. Many of those places are gone, and they will have to, basically someone will have to replace them. But now that we have a chance for that, I'm sure it will happen. I think since it's a Tuesday evening, there aren't many of those boats going around. I saw a few, not too many. It's usually around the river there would be those tourist boats coming and going. We'll take the underpass and then the little stretch to Clarke Quay. I haven't been to Clarke Quay tonight, so I don't know how lively it would be, but judging on the fact that there was rain earlier, I think people might have preferred somewhere with a roof over their heads. And just as always, I've seen quite a few people just cycling, jogging, walking, exercising as well. So definitely just because the bars are staying open longer doesn't mean that everyone's out there doing that. I think everyone's just kind of people sitting around me there at the riverside were basically, I think, just enjoying the livelier feel and the views. The riverside is very pretty in the evening. It's a nice evening as well because it did rain. There was heavy rain earlier today, and so the temperature is not too bad. We have another underpass, and then we're already nearly at Clarke Quay. You can see the lights of Clarke Quay up ahead there. Some music already from the distance. I'll walk through it, probably make a detour sort of inside, and then we can take the bridge over. And I think we should be just in time to see Boat Quay as the evening continues rather than ends. The first places here, I think, are closed for now, but I can already see some places are fairly busy. which is unusual already for 10 p.m. So these places here have clearly suffered, but then further along there's music, there's fuller restaurants. I think the Vietnamese restaurant is up and running. And I know if we take a turn to the right into the main area, there will be places that are open. So this, where the nightclub Souk was, or is, but not open, is very close, but going into here you can already hear it's a different story. And of course here we are under the roof. So this might have been the choice for a few people, especially those who have been here for nightlife before. And it is very loud, but you're seeing more places open now as well. It's definitely more of a weekend place than an evening nightcap before heading home. I think it's someone is playing live and very, very loud. Wow. But I won't complain. Live music after all, yeah, there they are. Awesome. I really, really, really am all for bringing live music back, absolutely. And concerts, classical, gigs, everything. Bring everything back. I know, of course, we have to be mindful of the situation and keep an eye on it, but it will be one of the things that I've really, really missed, and so wonderful even just tonight to get to experience a little tiny bit of that in Singapore. Because Singapore has done it so well in the past, and I hope now this area can return back to normal. And it's just kind of life we haven't really experienced, like live music. People are actually gathering around and clapping. You know, we used to be pretty used to it. Even when it was a good performer, it would be like, oh, well, nice. And now everyone's just there clapping and welcoming them back, which is so nice. Because obviously it's been a very, very difficult time for a lot of people. And we're gonna leave this area and cross the bridge if we can. I think we can from the side. Oh, we got about 19 minutes before. Before the event of the night, which is that bars won't close. I think there has been a different feel tonight in the city, and I think we're going to see more of that feel towards the weekend. It's going to be interesting to see how people adjust as well. Someone had a helmet camera there. I would be surprised if we don't see more videos of tonight from a few different walking channels. I'll be really interested to see any areas that I didn't visit, and of course the things that everyone captured. And I imagine on the weekend even more so. The riverside is always fairly popular with people just sitting there. That's what I was doing at Boat Quay. It's quite a nice view and doesn't cost you anything. But surely it's just having that kind of music back, even though I think that's not live, that's simply just music. Not too long ago we couldn't even have that, so it gives the area a completely different feel. And it was a really nice feel this evening around the city. I'm sure the weekend will be similarly good. And of course we had a nice evening after the rainy weather. So I hope the weather will be nice for the weekend. That would be just lovely. So here's a fairly popular spot for people to sit and watch. There's Clarke Quay on the other side. And I'm sure it will keep returning more and more back to normal. And those empty businesses will be filled by someone as well. Once there's actually a business to be had, I'm sure someone will fill in. And we're going to go through the underpass here.
Considering like just to
And of course, if you're out in the town at this hour, you won't be in the underpass. So we've got it all to ourselves, pretty much. Most people will be making the most of that change tonight and staying, I would imagine, if you're there now anyway. So it's now 16 minutes past, and of course that would normally start to be the time, or past the time when you have to finish your drink and start leaving. But not today. And going forward from here, there was a Tiger beer promotion going on as well, where they were basically saying that if you order in certain bars, quite a few places in the city, if you order between 10:30 p.m. and 10:31 p.m. and have been in the restaurant before that time, you have a chance of getting a free Tiger beer. I thought that was fairly short, but I understand the sentiment that now you can do it. I think we'll cross and go over the bridge for a view, and then walk through Boat Quay again, just to see life continue on after that time when usually this kind of thing would end. And then we'll have basically join the crowds in seeing Singapore return back to normal. We're basically witnessing it now. Singapore returning to usual bar opening hours, away from restrictions. Oh, well, just stroll through.
Also wenn du mit Rauchen läufst.
Ja, aber hier.
The dinner restaurants, of course, are mostly finished. And people have a party mood, I think, based on what we're hearing. And I guess today, I'd imagine most people will still be ready to go home if they have to work tomorrow, like most of us have to. And weekend will be, again, maybe a little bit different. But still, it's different from what we used to. It's new, it's open in a new way. And of course, previously, 10:30 wasn't the last orders. It was when you have to finish. So I think people still eating, having their beers, not going anywhere for a bit. It's already quite different. And I hope for everyone who's been out tonight and who's going out on the weekend and going to restaurants and seeing friends, I hope it's been fun, and positive and lovely, as I imagine it will have been after all this time. And it's definitely been nice to have a little bit of live music. And see people out enjoying their evening. And we are now 20 past, 21 past. I think what we'll do is have a look at the view. Quite a few people here as well, just sitting around by the riverside. Maybe heading home soon. There's the Fullerton Hotel. I think what we'll do is we have about 7 minutes. Let's go over to Raffles Place. Definitely nice to see more people out, which is what happens when you can sort of bring your office and people are going back to the office. So the city does feel more alive in that sense. And over the weekend, I'm going to try to go around some of the usual places where we might see a little bit of a change now, and just see the changes as we go along and get used to this, because of course today's the first day and we have, most of us anyway, been working today, so it will not have been sort of a quick change. I think that's probably also planned in when it's being done. It's better not to start on a Friday. Here we are coming to Raffles Place. Some people still finishing up around here. Some places still open. But nothing too wild, I guess. And here we are. Coming to the restrictions. Ending and life going on. So I hope you enjoyed this look through Boat Quay, Clarke Quay, some of the areas where we usually see the change in nightlife, and we did definitely see more people out enjoying their evening until later, and I'm sure that's going to continue growing and into the weekend, and we'll catch more of it. And with these city views, Thank you for today. I hope I'll see you again soon.